Hello everybody, how you guys doing? My name is Dr. Chidi. What's wrong with my lights? It's a little bit dark. But I welcome you guys to our program today. Today we're talking about the AAC women. We're talking about the African Action Congress women. You know, in AAC we do things so differently. We don't be like all those parties where women can't talk, women can't express themselves. The young people eat agbado. No. We're the new generation party. In our party, everything is level, equal level. And so we do everybody. We don't have youth wing, women wing. We have no women leader. We are the only party without a women leader. Why should we have women leader when we don't have men leader? Why should we have a youth wing when we don't have old people wing? So as far as we're concerned, everybody is equal in the African Action Congress. And to prove this, we're going to start this series where we bring up our female candidates so that you guys get to see it. Not just say we they talk, but we they walk. We are talk and do. We they play, they show. You get what I mean? You get it, or you don't get it, then forget about it. So on the lineup, we're gonna bring to you smart, beautiful, intelligent ladies. Like when you hear them, you know that AAC is the place to be. I know all of you, they come, you want to enter through the backyard, you're pleading with us, you say, Dr. Chidi, we didn't know that it was like this, so we thought that it's going to be. No, it's not business as usual. This time around, everything don't change. People want sharp something. No, all these old people. No, we want sharp, technological, sophisticated, sophisticated people. That's just people will be see if they talk their work, go just they do can. Sharp. If they are working, it go be like say na needle, just the point for just everything, just correct. That's the kind of party that we have. But we can accept those of you. There's still room for you to enter. Just do me a favor and share this video as I bring in our first candidate. No, I'm not going to bring her in. You have to make me, you have to beg. Go and bring in people. Go and share this video. Let's have people. If I don't see, in fact, 20 more people, if I see 20 more people, then I'm going to start. If I don't see 20 more people here, I'm not going to start the show. I know some of you don't join on time because of data. I say, Chidi go they talk. By now I know he's talking, so I won't join. I will join later. But go and tell your friends, share the video so that more people will hear what we got to say. If not only they talk to yourself, they gel. So share the video. Yes, since I talk, I don't get 3 more people. All right, we need just 7 more people, and I'll bring in our guest today. 7 more people going. Okay, I get 2 more people. That means we need 5 more. 5 more people. We need 5 more people. 5 more people going. 5 more people going. Okay, 2 more people. Maybe from Facebook. Once we get 2 more people, we're gonna go on. You where you did hear my voice. Maria, Marcia, I see you. Arrow Princess, my person, I see you. Abimbola Abiodun, thank you, welcome. Bosun, I am fine. Hello to you also. Arthur Obinwa Amadi, you're just a very big regular on this show. Thank you so much. And Kingsley, thank you, Kingsley, for joining us. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome as I bring our first in the series of the AAC women, the deputy governorship candidate for the African Action Congress in Benue State, Akase Vera. Vera, we're bringing you in. So here we have Vera Akase. How are you, Vera?
I'm fine. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. I'm doing well. Msunechi.
Tisupishi.
Msukrigidim. Msugbim. How are you? Again.
I'm fine, thank you.
Yes, I saw you guys yesterday. You guys did so wonderful. Thank you for taking care of our presidential candidate, Omoyele Sowore. We saw the People's Assembly, the town hall meeting in Benue. It was awesome. We saw Mr. President swimming in Benue River. That was epic. And then all the places where you guys stopped, we saw people coming around. So tell me, how does it feel to be a woman in this governorship race in Benue State?
Thank you, Dr. Chidi. Thank you for the privilege. I want to thank everybody who is connected online, that is watching us this evening. I want to thank my president, Omosho, our Baba. He was with us in Benue yesterday. We did the needful. We turned Benue State upside down. Now, I am happy to be given the mandate to be part of the 2023 general election. Opportunity other parties never gave me, but the African Action Congress, that's the AAC, the Take It Back movement, gave it to me. It's a rare opportunity, and I'm grateful for that. I want to thank my great party for finding me worthy to be part of the race. AAC is the only party that has gone beyond looking at the gender of a woman and considering the agendas the woman race has. So we are grateful for our great party, the AAC. I am happy to be a woman because as a woman, we are saddled with a lot of responsibilities. A woman is a multiplier. A woman, if you check the concept of a woman, it is the wisdom of a man. That is a woman for you. So I am happy to be a woman, and I'm proud to be a woman. I'm happy to be a female gender, and I'm happy to be the first female deputy governor candidate for Benue State. Thank you.
Awesome. Kai, listening to you in my next life, I want to be a woman. Chai. I like the confidence. I like the fact that you have no regrets, that you're a woman. You understand what it means to be a woman. You are proud to be a woman, and you know that there are things that you bring on to the table. You know, I always quarrel or have problems with people who have an identity crisis. You know, but even in AAC, even if you have an identity crisis, that's not a problem. We welcome you. But I like to see when someone looks at themselves and they say, I know myself. and I know that I'm bringing something to the table. I'm not a pushover. You know, I'm not what you are, but what I am, I know it is powerful enough to make an impact. And that's what you're saying by your presentation. Now, as the deputy governorship candidate of Benue State, I wanted to dive straight into what you guys have for the Benue State people, you and the governorship candidate. But let me pause and go back to understand who you really are, so that as we go along, we can begin to compare what you are doing right now with where you're coming from, and try to, you know, compare and contrast. So in simple terms, I'm going to ask you the question: who is VERA Akase? Who are you? Let's get to know you.
My name is Distinguished Comrade Akase Vera Ladi. I hail from Vandeka local government area of Benue State. I am an indigene of Benue from Bagbera, Bau, Baike, from Vandeka local government area of Benue State. I did my primary education in Boko International. I did my secondary education at Bristol Secondary, one of the most prestigious secondary schools in Benue, in Nigeria, and in Africa. Then I proceeded to the NTA Television College in Jos, where I did television journalism and production. Then I proceeded to the prestigious Ahmadu Bello University, where I have my BSc in mass communication. While I was in school, I did a lot of activism. I did student unionism. I represented my race, that's the TIF students at the national level, which I was one time national vice president, community of TIF students nationwide. I later on, because of my passion to serve my people, I later on picked on the position of, I ascribed for the office of the NUBES, that's National Union of Benue State Students, the National Secretariat. But the normal marginalizing women and telling them to go to the kitchen, it was a lot of hustle and tussle. But at that point, I had to put my 2 legs on the ground. And that's when I brought up my manifesto was simple. When you ask me of my manifesto, I tell you it's not about the gender, but my agenda. So if you inquire to know my agenda, I say, vote me into the office and then you get my agenda. But at the end of the day, after all the struggle, all the fight, all the union, boss, I still got to the position of the national president. So I held that office for a year a year plus. And then I retired to move on into secular politics. So I have all my years in the university, I used to be a student unionist. So that is just little about my personality.
When you say that's just little, I believe you. You see, women, if you don't fear women, then you are not, nothing is wrong. Something is wrong with you. Fear women. You see how you were acting gentle, I'm gentle, then all the boss, and then I'm gentle. I say, you see? You see, I say, this woman is deceiving us. So see how she just comport herself, When he called me, he goes, I don't know the boss bass. And then I said, hey, you see? But I like that. But let me
Thank you.
make a correction from what you said. You know, when you were talking about your school, you said that Bristol is the best school in Nigeria, in Africa. My secondary school, DMGS, was the best. How about now? You don't talk like that. No, wait, I'm coming. And then again, the second point, you now came and said that you went to the best school in Africa, Nigeria. Then you go, it's there's University of Nigeria, and then the rest. So please, next time, just my secondary school and my university is the best. I'm just saying it too, but just small correction. But it's okay. It's okay. You really went to very good schools. I lived in Boko, and my time in Boko is a time that I always appreciate in my life. I like the weather in Boko. I like the simplicity of the people in Boko. I like that there's food in Boko. Hey, Amaruan, well. There's fish in Boko. I just love Boko, and I know your school, Bristol. I did a little bit of activity there as a youth corper. So yes, when you say Bristol is a very good school, it's actually the best school in that area. So what you're saying is true, and of course, your school, the university you went through, is a very prestigious university in Nigeria also. So I was only kidding. So you see, the reason why in this program I like to go back and forth with people is, like I always say, some people just drop from the sky and say, oh, I want to contest, or I'm good for the job. You know, when we see how they behave, we begin to wonder, where are they coming from? So when we hear you talk about your background, talk about your years of activism, talk about the leadership roles that you have held, we know that, yes, no wonder you feel confident to vie for the position of the Deputy Governor of Benue State. And we can be, we are so proud to have you in our team, and to know that when we take over Benue State, we have a number 2 person who is very capable. Now, let's move forward to what plans you're bringing to the table, you and your governorship candidate, and also as the first female the first female deputy governor of Benue State come 2023. What are we going to expect from you?
Thank you very much. As I rightly said, you should understand that vying for the office of a deputy governor in my state, I have seen the pain, the agony, the suffering my people are going through. Now, silver and gold I may not have, but by the grace of God, God's willing, if we are able to get to that position, one, we are agents of transformation. Our message is very simple. As we speak, Benue State's slogan is food basket. But as we speak right now, I tell you and I lie not, Benue State is on life support. And as of today, being 23rd of January, I tell you that anyone that survives up to 2023 general elections, when we get into office, we are going to give every one of them certificate of survivor.
Wow. Listen, my sister,
yes.
Sorry that I'm cutting you, but we're missing part of your face. Is it possible to turn your camera just a little bit up so we can see Yeah. I hope it doesn't fall. Okay. That's much better now.
So Benue State leaders have thrown the whole state into absolute confusion. We are a confused state, and because of the confusion, we are suffering. Even what is meant for us, rightfully meant for us as our rights, sometimes they come to us as privileges because of bad leadership. Now, as we speak, Benue State is, in fact, as I earlier said, we are coming as agents of transformation. We are coming as agents of revival. I'm just using these terms so that you understand exactly where we are coming from and the state of Benue. Benue is in fact, anarchy. In fact, I'm looking for a word that will qualify the state of Benue State. No salaries, security, zero, agriculture that we used to know while growing up as children. I remember my grandfather was a farmer. My grandfather was not a learned man, but because he used to farm vast rice, yam, and all what have you, everything is lost. Insecurity is the order of the day. Killings every day and no trace. If our security is threatened and things are right, I don't think you come and tell me that somebody invaded or got to your environment and did a lot of damages and the person goes scot-free, no trace. I can't just imagine that. Our cultural values are lost. I remember while growing up as children, we used to have the thief day that attracted people from far and wide. Even the thief people living abroad, they normally come around for that program. All our cultural values lost. Education, zero. All our schools are dead. I remember sometime last year, 2 times, because I had a cousin that was doing an exchange program that was in Kebbi. They were coming, they had an accident, they slept by the road. It's been, in fact, it's not even just what to. Those memories are not even good. We lost about how many children that were coming from exchange program. If we should have a good education system, what are we doing with exchange program? But our systems are faulty. Our education sector is faulty. As a gubernatorial candidate, I and my governor, Chief Benjamin Ewauche Obe, we have the same manifesto. We got to work together because we have the same ideologies and because of the passion we have for our state, Benue. We decided to come together and see what we can make out of Benue. Benue is a land flowing with milk and honey. Benue is a state that is blessed with rich human and natural resources. Benue has all it takes to make Benue and all the indigenes of Benue comfortable. Now, if we come in, which by the grace of God, we ascend the position, first, we are going to declare state of emergency on salaries. Benue is a civil service state. Now, if you don't pay salaries, how would you expect them to farm? Because the way the system is now, from declaring to the farming, to the weeding and everything is about resources. The resources are not there. Just nothing, nothing. We are going to implement a process and a system.
When you say
A
process
lot.
and when you say process and a system, because even just listening to you, you keep taking me back to those times when I was in Benue State. Like I said, I lived in Boko, and I also lived in Makurdi a bit. In fact, as an architect, I was the one that did the Palm Garden hotels. I know you know Palm Garden in North Bank, I think. Yes, I did Palm Garden for General Malo when he was there. So I know Benue State, and I know how things were. And when I hear you say that Benue State that has the slogan as the food basket of the nation doesn't even have food right now, that is very disheartening. Okay, so we would like to know what plans you and your colleague, the governorship candidate, has for Benue in terms of agriculture. So that's one thing I'll be hoping to hear you talk about. Again, is the insecurity in Benue State. We know very well that there's been insecurity. Benue State has been on the news over and over and over again. There's been attack from Fulani headsmen. There's been also even inter-tribal conflicts. There's been so many kind of conflicts in Benue State. So I want to know what plans you guys have first to rescue the agriculture and place Benue State again at the top of the list when it comes to agriculture in Nigeria, and also the insecurity that is plaguing everywhere in Nigeria, but especially Benue State.
Okay, thank you very much. Talking of security, we are the first security of our own selves. Now, what do we do about security? You must know your neighbor. That is the number one rule. If we are able to know our neighbors, who is living with who, if a stranger should come in, we should be able to know that a stranger has come, and anything that happens can be traced. It starts with that. We are going to be the chief security of ourselves. By the time we say each household produce one person to be the chief security of the house, and we are staying in a particular location, I feel by the time people come from outside to intrude, you should be able to trace. The problem we are having is when these things happen, we cannot trace. We can't even trace. The one that happened last week, Thursday, those people came around 9 before 10. That's to tell you that people were still awake, were still moving. They got to a village which is very close, opposite that Daudu IDP camp. They got there. That's, let me say, broad daylight, and made a lot of killings and went away without trace till now. This was Thursday, it's less than a week. This was around, because I passed there by Thursday around 6 p.m. There was no trace. So by the time we know who you are living with, know who is your next door neighbor, I think it will go a long way. And then we have to consider the issue of state policing. By the time we have our own people within the state doing the job for us, I think it will be much, much easier, and it will go a long way. That is in terms of security. Then, going to agriculture. Because the security is not okay, you can't even go and farm. Because they go to the farms with one of their eyes closed and one open. Because we don't even know who is coming next to invade. And let me tell you, the truth of the matter is, I think I'm on air. I want to be very sure what I'm saying. I think Abacha said any security that lasts for more than 24 hours the system is aware. At this point, I may not be accusing anybody, but what I normally say is, when certain things happen, if you analyze it from your own view, my own view might be different from your own. And I'm subject to my own opinion when it comes to analysis. You understand? So, issue of security, let me leave it at that point. Let's go back to agriculture. Benue State has the best yam. The whole wide world. Benue State has the best yams. They have the best fruits. They have the best orange. They have the best mango. They have the best tomato. They have, in fact, the best of all the best. Now, because there has been no attention given to all these things, Benue as an agricultural state, there is just little or no attention given to all these things. Sir, let me tell you, if we concentrate our energy and resources on just agriculture alone, we are going to generate a lot of revenue that will sustain the state. Have lands, go into farming. And as I earlier said, Benue is blessed with rich, that's human and natural resources. We have a very good soil. Gone are the days when we were children growing up in, sometimes you see that they harvest very big yams without even applying fertilizer, but because most of the lands were virgin lands. But as we speak now, we have even left, you know, I was talking earlier and I mentioned our lost cultural heritage, values, and
Yeah.
it's a common saying that if the purpose of a thing is not known, abuse is inevitable. If you have agriculture and you don't know the value of agriculture, how will you value it? If you have oranges and you don't know what to do with oranges, you will carry the orange and sell it out, and then they will process it and sell it to you as orange juice. You buy it and gladly sit, and you'll be taking a concentrate and feeling you are enjoying yourself. You understand what I'm saying? Then
So
we are talking of
sorry, let me talk about, because this is one area that I kept thinking of. In fact, if I had stayed a little bit longer in Benue State, that is what I was going to do. You know, because the sustaining industry in Benue Cement then in Benue State was the Benue Cement. Benue State was so heavily reliant on Benue Cement. So when Benue Cement collapsed, then it affected everything in Benue State. But I knew that fruits, like you said, grew very well. Every part of Benue's fruit was something you saw everywhere. I remember traveling to from Abuja. We're going back to Enugu with my wife, and we passed through Boko, and I wanted to show her Boko. And it's a funny story. She saw oranges and she was pricing oranges. She wanted to buy oranges. And she kept saying, "Oh, there's a lot of orange. Let's buy." I said, "Don't worry. Let's keep going." And she said, "No, we've passed this. Very soon we won't see any other one. Also, we've been passing all these women and look at the orange." I said, "Don't worry." So I drove into Boko, and I stopped in front of her house, and I saw the children selling one small orange, and I told them I want to buy a tree. And my wife was looking at me, "What do you mean you want to buy a tree?" I said, "Watch." And the people took us to where the tree was. The boy climbed the tree, shook the tree, and the whole orange came down, and we filled our boots. And my wife, she keeps talking about it up to today. She's never seen that much orange. And it was very nice, very sweet. The Peter mango was very big as bucket, you know. But all these things, nobody was processing them. Every year they would just spoil. I did tomato business while I was in Boko from Wanone. Everything just was, there's so much potential. So when I hear you now talking about it, I can relate with it. So I want you to talk more on what you plan to do with that much agricultural produce that is not being utilized. You know, it just keeps, the percentage of things that get wasted are more than what gets used. So I'm interested in finding out what you guys plan to do with those fruits and vegetables.
Thank you very much. Now, we have people that are ready to invest in the state in terms of converting the raw materials to finished products. For instance, tomato.
Yes.
You see how tomato waste. Then you
Yes.
bring in the machineries, you install them in the state. One, it's going to, not just on the aspect of production, you are going to reduce unemployment in the state. You
That's right.
mentioned the case of Benue Cement, which is so disheartening. While we're growing up as children, my dad worked in BCC. When BCC was there was
Yes.
Bero. If you remember, there was a Bero packaging company.
Yes.
Bero
Yes.
was packaging the bags that were using in Benue Cement Company to package
Exactly.
the cement.
Yes. 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 Yes.
Everything has gone down the drain. So if we come in, we are going to revive the production. It has to be within. Now they import bags, those bags, they bag cement now. So you will have it within this. It's just to revive Bero. It's there. The facilities are there. It's just to bring in people. If you don't have people within, you get people who have the technical know-how to do it, to go about it. You understand? The system is installed. You reduce
Why did
unemployment.
Dangote took over Benue Cement, right?
Yes.
Why did the government allow something like the manufacture of the sacks to be taken away from this company you're talking about? Why did they allow it?
My people are very selfish. It's based on selfish interest. If it's not me, if I'm not in charge, let the whole thing go down the drain. That is just it.
I can't believe it.
That is just the system. If it's not me, let the whole thing go down. Let the whole thing waste. And then you see one person will sit out of wickedness and destroy a whole generation. A whole generation will go down because of one person's wickedness. See, we had Taraku Mills. Taraku was milling the best oil in the whole of West Africa.
Yes, I remember.
It reduced unemployment. I remember then in those days how people come in. When my mom will send oil, people from Lagos, outside Benue State, calling in to send in Taraku because we have soybeans in the state.
Yes.
And now we're exposed to, we don't even know what happens to the soybeans. So we are producing. That's why I said we are going to bring in investors. We are going to bring in people that have all it takes. You understand?
So now they just do the soybean and just sell the raw material. No, they're no longer processing.
Sell it. And you know, soybean is one grain that from both in fact, from the process, from the seed, everything about soybeans is a raw material. I remember our grandma used to do black soap. You see this black soap?
Yes.
You process it from the soybean peels.
I know.
You understand?
Yes.
Then, yes, you remember now what happened? Taraku mills have gone down. In fact, they don't even mention Taraku mills anywhere in the world. The factory is still there. It just what it needs is revival. Another thing is we have very bad roads, terrible roads. Let me give you an analysis.
Yeah.
I am from Bandekia. Yeah. If you go to Konshisha in Gamade's village, where Gamade comes from, our senator, yes, our former senator, a bag of orange in that place is going for 400 naira. The bag, that's the big bag, is going for 400 naira. By the time they struggle and bring it out, it gets to Vandikia. I know it's a bit further. Yeah. You get it for 500 naira. By the time it gets to Adipo or Kasnala, it's going for 600-700 naira. By the time it gets to Makodi, it's going for 800 naira. So I have bought an orange, one piece of orange in Abuja for 100 naira. When I'm having a bag of, it's so painful and so disgusting.
I know. I'm telling you. That's why I gave
So by the time we have good roads, by the time you have good roads, they move from there. One, if you don't have good roads, how are you even going to generate revenue from these people that are coming from outside? You understand? Then you say you are doing produce when they have bad roads. Your own is just to stand and make money. You don't even care what is happening. All these revenues we generate, we don't even know where it is. And if they call the IGR of Benue, the revenue that is generated from Benue, okay, let's go back to Kasnala. Okay. You see the trucks of yams that come out from Kasnala every day. And Benue people they know. It's not that they don't know what to do. You understand? But it's just sheer wickedness. So by the time we get into governance, we are going to control a lot of things. Let me give you a simple analogy. Go to the riverbank. Every year we have an issue with flooding. Why not dredge the river? By the time you dredge the river, it's going to have a lot of advantages. One, the yams you move from Zakibian, by the time you move them from Zakibian, you get them to Buruku or Kasnala. If the river is dredged, we have smaller ships that go there to move it. You are going to decongest traffic on the road. So by the time you put your road networking in place, the road system is okay. You see that the traffic has been decongested and the roads will last longer. So by the time you dredge the river, now it's going to because a lot of people will leave the street and go to the river to work. If there's no employment and then you tell me not to commit crimes, for crying out loud, how do you expect me to survive? And some of them have families, you understand? But by the time you do this thing, I wake up, I engage myself. By the time you get home, you are even so tired. You are even tired, you don't even think evil. Normal, it's a common saying that the idle mind is the devil's workshop. You understand?
Sure.
By the time you dredge the river, you are going to connect Benue to Lokoja. So all the big trucks that normally come from Lagos, you import this, you ship these yams, they get to Makurdi. Some of them are going to the north, like Lafia, Nasarawa, and Jos. By the time you have those trucks, they pick them from there. You revive your toll gate. As you speak, there's no toll gate. They come into Benue at will and move out at will. Come to Nasarawa State, which is a neighboring state, see what is happening. When they told this truck to stop parking on the road, they made the provision for them. Any truck that passes through Nasarawa State must pay tax. You understand? You can't just walk in freely and walk out freely. Once they come from the Benue axis, there's a park they have for them. They go in there, they get their whatever registrations and they're generating revenue for the state. And it has reduced a lot of unemployment for Nasarawa State people. You understand? And then we have a river, we have the product, and we don't even know what to do with it.
See,
look at yam. They process yam. My people who process yam, they come to Abuja and sit and eat poundo yam. Just imagine when you are in Boko, when they do the pounded yam, and the thing is coming from the original mortar with the rat stew somehow by the corner, and then
no, stop. You're making me salivate. Please, stop. Don't take me back. As you're talking now, I can feel, when I came to Boko, when somebody said, let's go and eat in a restaurant. We're just finished youth service. We passed out of Makurdi. We came and I was like going to ask for menu. The guy said, don't worry, there's only one menu. It's pounded yam. There's only one item. And right there, they cook the pounded yam. They bring it out hot. They pound it soft, smooth, hot with the different kind of soup. I can't remember now. There's ukoho. There's
genge.
There's genge. Oh my God. So, you know what is amazing to me? What's amazing to me, hearing you talk with passion about all of these things that used to be in Benue State, but they're not there right now. And we have a governor, and I keep wondering, why have they not focused? Because these are little things that if you can just give them good road to access these places. I know when you talk about good roads, when we're doing tomato business in Chekucha, right? That's a small village around Benue Cement.
Yeah.
For you to go and get the raw tomatoes, you come there 4:30 a.m. You have to go. The big, first of all, the big 911 will stay around that Chekucha area. Then you have to go with a smaller taxi to some point. Then you stop. Then you take Okada to inside. Then you stop. Then you use leg before you can get to the farm. And by the time you get there, it's half of the produce because the rest will just spoil. It's only half of the produce that you're able to buy from these villagers. They suffer so much, produce the whole thing, and only half of it gets sold. The other one, they have to dry it. So I agree with you. If someone was wise enough to make roads that will go right into those places to take out this farm produce, they will even be cheaper because they'll get to the people on time and even fresher. So it just beats my imagination. Why
So let me
hasn't
tell you
someone,
something.
yeah, why hasn't
Let
someone
me
done
tell you
all
what
this?
is shocking.
What?
The reason why we're having all this problem is I feel, and I'm saying it without fear or favor, Benue State leaders, I feel they are disabled. Let me tell you my reasons.
Mm-hmm.
When they say disability, people look at physical disabilities, like maybe you are visually impaired or something.
Sure.
My own definition of disability is when you have your complete system and
Mm-hmm.
your mentality or your system is disabled. I think the worst disability is the disability of the mind.
Hmm.
Yes. Because as a normal thinking human being, just imagine at this point, like I even narrowed it down to the little ones that are even, you don't even need resources. You don't need to borrow from anywhere to come and put these things in place. You
Mm-hmm.
understand?
Mm-hmm.
When we used to have a Kwahi, while growing up, we used to have Kwahi. That's the thief day. They used to do all those
Yeah.
things a lot. I mentioned cultural value. There is no thief day. By the
Oh
time you
my
do thief
God.
day in Boko, all these people abroad, they don't even have any reason to come home. Why are they coming home? Insecurity, everything. There's just no motivation. This river alone, this river Benue we have, our same leaders will fly abroad to go and pay money to go and watch tourists. They will tell you they went to one tourist attraction area. Give us the opportunity. We are going to transform Benue and make it a tourist attraction area. So we have all it takes. We have the river, we have the mountains, we have the valleys, we have all it takes.
I
Now,
saw.
dredge the river. By the time you dredge the river, I'm just telling you, that's just the river. How does IGR from the river? You
Yes.
dredge the river. You reduce the settlements at the river bank. You move them to other locations. Then you make that place a tourist attraction center. Maybe, for instance, you create maybe sporting activities, swimming, or all those kind of activities around the river bank.
Sure.
Go to Jos Plateau State. You go to wildlife park to go and see those monkeys that even grew up by themselves. You have to pay money to go in there. You understand? So there is
Sure.
just nothing. There is just nothing. No recreational activity that is bringing anybody together. And then you expect people to. You understand what I'm saying? Just the river. Okay.
I get.
Aside, some people will just go to the river bank. Let's go and watch the sheep that are coming. Some people have not seen sheep. They've not seen sheep. Then you bring, even if it's the smaller ones, you are going to decongest the traffic on the road. As you are decongesting the traffic, you are making money, because by the time you reinstate your toll gate, any truck going out of Benue that came to carry yam will pay. So imagine the number of trucks we have in a day. Imagine the trucks that bring out orange from Benue in a day. So when we sit and it makes it look as if we don't have money in Benue, sir, the money we have in Benue, it's a loan to take care of Benue State, pay all salaries, that's give us beautiful hospitals. We have good doctors in Benue, good doctors, that's medical doctors, but they are not practicing. The doctor that saved my life in 2017, one of the best gynecologists we had in Jude, is from Benue.
What?
You understand?
Sorry if I, since you brought this up, um, tell us a little bit about the much that you can let us know. What was it that the doctor saved you from?
Okay. I had a challenge. I was having stomach ache for like 2 months. I was having what do you call it? A abnormal menstruation for like 3 months,
Yeah.
and I knew something was wrong with my system. I went to the best hospitals. According to them in Makodi, they couldn't trace what happened to me. I did about 6 or 9 scans. You know, and because I'm on air, there are just some limitations too.
No. That's what I'm saying. Whatever.
So when we got to Jos, in fact, I got to Jos, I called in because I was telling them that this is my condition. I don't think if I don't go to Jos, I will survive it. I had ulcer, bleeding ulcer, which one of my intestine was affected. Yes, I had other issues. By the time I got to Jos, by May seeing me, immediately we got to the hospital. The doctor said, if it's this, we'll get this result. This is what happened to her. If it's this one, this is the outcome. If it's this one, this is okay, let's give it a trial. If it's fibroid, if she takes this amount of water, she will react. If it's not fibroid, if it's this particular one, if she takes this amount of water, she will react. The guys I went with, my people, then I was a Nobel president, the team I went with was shocked. He just said it, and it played out exactly. I got to just by I think 9 p.m. In fact, we couldn't wait because I'd already had internal bleeding. I had a lot of issues that I was supposed to be taken. They rushed me to the theater. Let me tell you, 7 doctors were in the theater to take care of my kid. I was in the theater for like almost 5 to 6 hours. Yes. And
wow.
What will shock you is like 3 or 4 of the doctors were from Benue. After the whole thing, I was jokingly telling my doctor that, doctor, won't you come back to Benue and come and salvage our situation? There's something he said that is so shocking. He said, if he gets back to Benue, will he survive it? Because those are even outside, their security is not even guaranteed. So you want to tell somebody to come back to a state where the security is not guaranteed. Are you being fair to the person? No.
No.
Do you know what? Hospitals are dead.
Yeah,
the reason why women have child mortality issues is because they don't have good hospitals. By the time you are pregnant and you cannot access good health care, you don't even know the state of your child. You don't even know your own state. You understand what I'm saying? So how would you have high rate of child mortality?
I know, and that's why you see the passion with which you're talking about this is because you're a woman, and women are more vulnerable when it comes to health situations. Women go through more than men. That's a fact. If anybody is contesting it, then I don't know for them. Even when it comes to childbearing and issues of this high mortality rate, it is women that are on the receiving end. Yes. So I'm wondering if you guys have any plans, because access to Medicare, ready Medicare, like through clinics or all those basic healthcare centers, will save a lot of lives. It will go a long way to helping all the people in the villages. Excuse me. So you as a woman, I know you understand what we're talking about, because you guys feel these things one-on-one. Women are the ones who take care of the children. Men do that too, but women are the ones who carry the pregnancy anyways. So they know and feel these things more than the men. So I'm wondering, what is your plans concerning that area, that health sector? And not just even the big one, but basic primary health care.
Okay. There is a common saying that information is power. By the time you are not informed, you are so deformed. If you are not aware that you have a Panadol for your headache, you continue suffering with the headache. Are you aware?
Yes.
It's simple. Give them the right orientation. Get the basic. By the time we have hospitals that don't even pay salaries, you understand? The nurses go and learn the what do you call it? Their profession. At the end, they can't practice it. You are practicing what you are not paid. You'll not be encouraged. I remember somebody made a joke that why is it that teachers, primary school teachers, beat children so badly? And the person was saying, they don't even pay them salaries. Why won't they be angry? Is it not when you have a good salary, you are living well, that you won't be angry? But they don't have good salaries. Why won't they be angry? I say, so because they are angry now, they'll pour their frustration on children. You see that sometimes the person that has caused the problem is not even at the receiving end of the problem. You see somebody else suffering for a problem somebody else created. You understand? Now, let's go down to empowerment. You understand? If you go to my state, Benue is one state that they know a lot of handwork. If you see these Benue girls, the ones that want to, I know some of my friends that will tell you they are going to Makodi to just go and make their hair. But because they are not empowered, what happens to tailoring? They learn tailoring. At the end of the day, you don't even have access to 10,000 or 20,000 to buy a sewing machine. So what will you do with a talent you learned and you can't use it because the resources are not there? So what these people need sometimes, I feel, is just little empowerment. If you give me an orientation or you educate me about a thing and you don't empower me, the whole knowledge is wasted and is useless. You understand? But by the time you empower me and then you give me the resources required, I will kick off. And then if I would develop on that and build on that. So I think what the women need basically is empowerment, and they need the education, and then they need a good access to medical health care. It won't take any. Do you know that we have some because of this IDP visit to IDP, several IDP camps, we got to know that some of these organizations out there are ready and are willing to help, to come in and help. Now, let me tell you what will shock you. I told you about the state of our bad leadership. Do you know at a point they said Benue State had the highest number of what do you call it, of people living with HIV and AIDS? And from investigations and findings, they discovered it was not true. What happened? Some people out there went and inflated the figures just because they wanted to get things from get support from outside. You understand? And at the end of the day, they couldn't. The people, the so-called people, they said were living with this ailment, couldn't even have access to it. You understand? That is the state of the bad leadership I'm talking about. Look at what is happening in ID. You just need to go to these IDP camps and see what does it take. I tell people that if we are to suffer or to sympathize with anybody, look at what is happening in Borno State. Look at what Baba Gana Zulum is going through. Or you see how beautiful homes for IDP. He still gives them hope. Go to Benue and see where IDP people are living. You just need to see where they are living. They hardly access good medical care. In fact, education service is even zero. Let me not even go there. You never see food chop, na education you want to. It's so disheartening.
Thank you so much, my sister. We're gonna go on a short break. I will show us Omoyele Sowore was in Benue over the weekend. He was in Makurdi. I'm going to show a little clip of that. And when we come back, the calling number is there. I want you guys to call in and ask our guest any questions that you have. I'm going to allow her to go take a break and have a little water to drink. And when I come back, I'll take questions from you guys and we'll continue. Don't go anywhere. I will just share this. I'll share this. Like I told you, Omoyele Sowore was in Benue State over the weekend, and they did a good job of hosting him. So let me share this video with you guys, and we'll be back. Oh, come on! Why is it shaking now? So just bear with us. Guys, just bear with me. I'm trying to get the video to work. I'm trying to get the video to work, and we will come and show you. You see, when you want this to show, that's when it doesn't want to show. Okay, let me try and play another video. But the number to call is there. Once we finish with watching the videos, we're gonna take your calls, and you'll be able to ask our guest any questions you want to ask her. Okay, just pardon us with this video thing. First, I'm going to show you Omoyele Sowore at the banks of River Benue. He was at the banks of River Benue, so I'm going to show that, and then I'll show you another video where he visited. Let me try this time around. If not juju, where they won't take, no make us see the thing. And the joke, we must see it, it must work. Okay, yeah, I have it now.
Jowerena the man, oh, God for the people. Jowerena the man, oh, now you do the vote for. Jowerena the man, oh, God for the people. Jowerena the man, oh, now you do the vote for. Jowerena the man, oh, God for the people. Jowerena the man, oh, now you do the vote for. Nigeria need you good, very good leader, oh. Hey, Jowerena the man, oh. Don't you wait for darkness. Hey, don't worry, I'm the man for the people.
Downloaded from socialmusic.ng.
Why not they go school? All right. So my name is Showore Omoyele. I won't go become president of Nigeria. But I know why I swim with Tuna. All the presidents, they know if you swim. When I get the point. Most of them, they don't they too old. They don't they tired. That's the way I can't swim with Tuna today.
Yes,
But now I be swimming. But we will go back.
yes.
And I go beat Tuna for this one. Anybody trust that I feel beat them? But when they look and say when I become president now, when I feel they combine school with swimming. This one, why you they shake now? When I will go correct school, when I will get free education. For school, we go to give enough food to chop. When I arrive school, and I will get lunch, and for night, we go chop for house.
Yes.
That one good, I be no good. Now, know any other candidate for this election? No. No, anybody. Anybody know APC for here?
Yes.
That one a bad party. Bad party. Our own party now, African Action Congress, AAC. We don't say we never reach to vote.
Yes, sir.
But we believe say one day any one of us will be president too.
Yes, sir.
One of us will be governor.
Yes, sir.
One of us will be senator,
Yes, sir.
House of Rep member, House of Assembly.
Yes,
But the thing I want advice now is say anybody will find himself as president make no be thief.
yes, sir.
If you be governor, make no thief. Wanna do well for the people of the country. I will not be so. Yes. So we will go back. But I won't make one of anybody will get a question, maybe just ask question. Not many questions, ask one question. Tell me where they go to. Make you ask me also if you get something where you need for this country. Say the country not they give you. Oh yeah, you want to talk? Quick, ask a question. If I say this one is shy.
Why we not get free?
Eh?
Why we not get free education?
Okay. We don't get free. Okay, but we don't get free education because the leaders of Nigeria, the money where they take supposed to do free education, they don't chop am. That's the problem. But we will go give them a free education. Now we get free exercise books. You're gonna get free food for school. Now you hear me so? Anybody here we want to be doctor? You want to be
Yes.
Anybody we want to be pilot?
Yes.
I hear this from ladies they here. Oh yeah, come. You heard they say you get question.
Yes.
Good afternoon. What's your name? How come me and you can resemble like this? Okay. So they say you get question. What's the question?
I want to ask you, I don't know why some they are not going to school, some they are going back. I don't know why some they don't have anything to do. Some they are parents they are asking them let them go back and find what they want. Some are scared of some are back with the license to why.
So you just say you don't know why some people they go school.
Yes.
And some they go school.
Yes.
Some that beg they beg.
Yes.
Some that thief they thief.
Yes.
Some their parents won't send them to school but money no dey.
Yes.
They can't carry them go farm. Check what be your name again? When you tell your name.
My name is Kajir Salis.
How old you dey?
I'm 12 years old.
Are you in school?
Yes.
Where be your school?
At the Shamade College.
Okay. Don't I give am clap? I remember that clap. The reason we say our government they don't prioritize education because the kids wey dey no dey school now because money wey they supposed to go school government go allocate and they go chop am. Governors so president to minister so you hear say one time even for university they close down university for 9 months. You hear that one, abi?
Yes, sir.
Okay, we have this video on our YouTube channel. So if you want to go watch the video, you can go on our YouTube channel, you can go on Showres channel, you can go on Take It Back TV, you can also go on Sahara Reporters, and you will see this video. It was very touching, you know, seeing Showre just swimming with the children, just relaxing and having fun with them. One thing he said that was real, I just imagined in my head, none of the presidential candidates can go into that river and swim. I don't care. None of them. I can't imagine any of them doing that thing. And so we're going to bring back our guest, who is Comrade Akase Vera, who is the deputy governorship candidate of the African Action Congress, Benue State, the first female governorship candidate of Benue State, and by the grace of God, she's going to be the first deputy governor of Benue State come February 2023. So now we're going to open the lines. If you want to call, please use +1. You can use WhatsApp, or you can use WhatsApp, or you can also call direct. The number to call is +1 647 989 2837. +1 647 989 2837. You can call and ask her your questions. Those of you that keep accusing us that where are our female candidates, now you see them. Not after today, now you come and tell me, no, you didn't get a chance to talk to her, I should go and bring her back. Now you have a chance. So pick up your phone, call, and let us treat your questions. Or you want to make a comment, you want to commend her, you want to inspire her, you want to encourage her, pick up the phone. +1 647 989 2837 is the number to call, and she will take every of your questions. Now, before the questions start coming, Vera, okay, we already have a caller on the line. Let's take this call. Okay, caller on the line, tell us your name, tell us where you're calling from.
It's the opportunity. Good afternoon. My name is Dr. Adebanjo from Houston, Texas.
Go ahead, Dasu.
Yeah, I want to say thank you very much for bringing this wonderful lady on board. I also want to thank her for taking this challenge. My question is, one is, if she's not comfortable answering, that's fine. If she is, that's fine too. But the second one is just to say thank you very much for doing it, and we continue to encourage you and pray for you. So my question is this: I don't know marital status. If she's married, what kind of support she's getting from her husband. If that is not answerable, I want to know what kind of support she's getting from her parents, particularly the father. Maybe not necessarily now, but probably what role has the father played in her life, in our journey to be successful, because we need more fathers to come on board to encourage our female children, to participate in things like this and to encourage them in education. That's just my question. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. But before you go, what is your own marital status?
I'm a married man. I have two boys. I'm a responsible father.
Thank you. I had to clear.
I wish I had a daughter. I love baby girls, but I don't want to try again. Let me just leave it like that.
Okay, no problem. Thank you so much. Thanks for all your support always. So, Madam Deputy Governorship candidate, you heard the question. They want to know your marital status because they want to understand if you get the help that where you get the encouragement from. So over to you. And this is coming from a married man, so don't be afraid.
Okay. Good evening, sir. Thank you so much.
Good evening,
I am happy for the wonderful questions. I think the greatness of a woman or the impact of a woman in a society has little or, okay, let me say nothing, but I think it has, yes, to some extent, it doesn't really have much to do with status. I think it's you can only give what you have. Yes, I want to use this platform to say a very big thank you to my dad. My dad has been my source of inspiration and encouragement. I am from a family of 3.
Whoa.
Growing up with 2 boys was not easy. They always feel they are men, they are guys, they are oga, and they will be doing. So as a child, I refused to allow myself to be molested by any man. In fact, let me not digress, but I think some things are best left to be discussed off the camera. But anyway, let me just tell you my marital status. I'm not married. But it's not about the marital status. It's about what the impact you have.
Hold on. He wants to say something. Hold on.
Okay, go ahead.
So go ahead. You want to say something? Go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So the reason why I have that question is because, like I said, I'm a married man. I support my wife through anything she wants to do. She has more degree than I do.
Yeah.
Just to put that there, for men that will not allow their women to participate in things like that, because the truth is they are the problem solvers.
Exactly.
So we just encourage men out there that if their wife is coming out, they should please encourage them. And I'm happy that the dad has a good influence in her life. Good evening, God. Yes. Thank you very much. God bless you.
Thank you for your usual support, and thank you for supporting Vera. Thank you very, very much. Okay, so yes, as Vera said, Vera is not married. But Vera, are you available?
So it's not about the availability. It's about getting a man that understands your concept, understand your ideologies. You understand? So sometimes it's not about marry. If you're worst thing that
I'm not talking about
for you to marry someone that doesn't understand you, and then they feel you should go and give birth to children and end up in the kitchen.
That's what I'm saying. Forget about the all the English. Are you available?
Okay, are you ready?
No. You never know. You never know. I'm telling you, this program, people are watching, and so the thing there is, it's not just, you can hear very nice. It's not just about the marriage. It's not just about being available. But are you ready? Okay? So since we have started talking about this, what are you looking for in an ideal man?
There's something I said.
Yeah.
I told us a woman is a multiplier.
Sure.
Now, you give a woman a house, she gives you a home.
Definitely.
You give a woman love, she gives you peace. Sure. If you give a woman joy, she gives you happiness. You deposit sperm in a woman, she gives you a child. You give a woman frustration, she will send you to your early grave.
I like that one. So, in summary, what are you? So, what's the summary of the whole thing now?
I'm not looking for too much. What I'm looking for, see, if all I say is, look, yes, I know how to make money. I'm a graduate. I have all it takes. It's not about the money.
Sure.
It's about understanding my ideologies. The paramount thing to me is my happiness. I tell people, take away everything and give me happiness. If I'm happy and I have my freedom and you trust me and we trust ourselves, we'll go a long way. It's not about, a lot of things, people look at different things when it comes to if you're married, but that one is a different topic altogether that maybe we will have time one day to discuss it.
I know that as a governor, as a governorship candidate, when you guys get into the government house, do you have any plans to have like how do you, this is an important topic. I see you talking, I see you giving an advice. Do you have any plans to have like a ministry, or how do you want to approach the issue of women? And you talked about impacting information and all that. How do you want to impact information and knowledge into young girls so they grow up confident, they grow up not as second-class citizens, they grow up knowing who they are, and that it's not about marriage, it's not about sitting down and waiting for the man to come, but you are very lucky. Even just advising the fathers, because now you talk about your father. Some fathers don't believe that the girl child should be trained. They think it's a waste of time. But your father invested in you. You went to university, and now you are gunning for the position of deputy governor. That is a very, very highly exalted position. So you are getting to where every man can get to. So do you have any plan? How do you plan to make sure that other children who are girls coming up will grow up with that kind of confidence and knowledge that they can become anything that they want to be in life?
Okay, thank you very much. Now, there are certain things that are not in place that if you introduce them, while I was in Jos, I had the pro-life. Now, what do? I'm not digressing, but I want to give you a background of the
answer. About knowing you, so we just want to understand you the more.
While I was growing up, I discovered that the number of orphans, motherless babies was getting much. It was on the high side. Now, I didn't pick it from the angle of the children being on the street. I picked it to why are they on the street? You understand what I'm saying? There must be a why to why something happened. They said there's no smoke without a fire. And I discovered that most of these young girls, growing up as a child, we are all prone to youthful exuberance. Now, growing up as a child, some of them, because they are not informed, I tell people who care to know, the best thing you give your child is sex education. If you give a girl child sex education, She knows what is right or wrong. And then by the time she's out there and a man is molesting her or they are touching them in funny places, they report back to you. But the truth of the matter is, this our dispensation. You know that mothers are so busy. I tell people that there's a difference between being a woman and being a mother. There are two different things. You can be a woman, you can't be a mother. There is more to motherhood than womanhood. You understand? Now, because we are so busy, so we have left the place of the mother. And then by the time you leave them, they go out there and look for people to confide in. You understand what I'm saying? They go out there and look for people. And then these people your children are going to confide in, how are you sure they even love you? Sometimes they give them wrong information. What is wrong, they tend to interpret it as what is right to these children. What we need to do is, I feel there is a vacant position in the administrative system that the woman is not so much carried along. Yes, we can go beyond that. For instance, we create a platform or we create an active position, or okay, for instance, an office. You understand? Then there used to be guardian and counseling in schools for all these things.
Sure.
Guardian and counseling is nowhere to be found. You can't find it anywhere. So sometimes you have a challenge, you don't even know who to run to. Then you run to the wrong person, you lean on the wrong shoulder, it's giving you a wrong information. And because we are too busy, we go to the office, we are traveling, we are going out, and then we leave the place of I tell people, the first place of starting, that's the first institution, is the family. You see some women leave their entire household that they are going to church. They do church from morning till evening. They leave the main institution, which is the family. You understand?
Right. That's right.
So what if my fellow mothers are here or women are here, our advice with the first institution is your home. By the time you take care of your home, your girl child goes to school and a teacher touch her in the wrong part, she comes back. By the time you are bathing her, you pour water in some places, there will be a reaction, and then you understand that something went wrong. From there, you'll be able to know. But most of us now, we are so busy with our office, our work, and then we leave our children. We don't know what is happening to them. They don't even have time. No, you come to them to talk to them. No, I'm busy. I'll call you back. I'm doing a mail. I'm uploading. No matter how busy you are, I think you are working for your family. The first institution should be your family. So if I come into governance, I will have to crave for the indulgence to have an office. That's why I mentioned vacant and inactive positions. By the time we have an office, and then we define the roles of that office. As being a woman, a deputy governor, I should have an office that should be able to define certain rules. That is the problem we are having. They tell us that women cannot be traditional rulers. What is wrong with women being traditional rulers? For instance, if a woman is a traditional ruler and they have cases of rape, you know, there are some rape cases. There are some cases that are even too dirty to discuss it before a king or before a prince. Then you make women, you give them a role, you give them a position. So there are certain things that because they are there. And let me tell you, a woman has the capacity and an ability to sieve information more. In most cases, you know, the woman, the way the woman is naturally made, she's made to accommodate a lot of things.
Awesome.
So you know, there are some informations that they get, they manage it very well. So before it gets to the husband, know that it has blown, it's out of proportion. You understand? So we just have to do that.
Listen,
and then
sorry, before you go on, I'm not cutting you off, but we have somebody on the line, and we have somebody on the line. I hope you're still there. Caller, are you still there? Oh, the thing dropped. Okay, finish your thoughts. I'm going to call this person back and then bring them in to ask their question.
You understand? So
Yeah.
Okay, you're here. Okay. Go ahead. Tell us your name. Tell us where you're calling from, and then speak to our guest.
Yeah. Good evening. My name is I'm on the chat there, Free for Christ. Anyway, on the chat there. I'm calling from Italy.
Okay, good. Yes, go
So,
ahead.
yeah, sorry for somebody calling and I had to open the door. So my question to my sister there, I want to make it short because I started the stream on time. And I will say, I understand her passion. And the only question I would really want to ask her, not to make her answer too many times, because once it's AAC, I believe they are of good motive. Please, my question to her is, what gave her that passion to come and service Benue State or any part of Nigeria? Because I believe that my Nigeria, me now, I'm not in Nigeria. Something made me leave. I know how I came. I know many things I saw. And something gave me a passion to leave. You know, after leaving, something still gave me a passion to keep supporting AAC, especially Showore. I believe research. Maybe I may not know her, but I also have listened to her for it now. And I believe she has spoken well. And I'm glad that she's a woman, because I believe in equality. I believe in who can deliver. But my question especially is, when or how did she have that passion? Inside the challenges, the corruption, the like impossibility in Nigeria system, what gave her that passion that she can do it?
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. So, my sister, they're saying, waiting give you the mind, where you get the mind to come and inside this jungle called Nigeria, you still want to come and run for the position of deputy governor in Benue State. What is your driving passion?
Okay, thank you very much. I want to say something. I do some sort of research. I do research. If there's a particular topic I'm interested about, I do a research. I have been bothered about the state of Benue, the hardship in Benue, the impunity, the anarchy, and what have you. You understand? And when I started, there's something I said. I said, it is hard times we forget the gender, and then we consider the agenda. That has been my watchword. I have agendas. Forget my gender, my race, or where I'm coming from, whether I'm a woman or not. Is it about the woman or about an impact I will create? Now, there has been lack of regime change. And this lack of regime change has become a transgenerational thing in Nigeria. When women came out and were agitating for 35% affirmative action, everybody was shouting, they don't come again, they don't come again. But I told you, when you give a woman, what the things you give to a woman and the results you get. You understand what I'm saying?
Sure.
Because they feel it's supposed to be a man. See, sir, when I wanted to start working on my public this thing, what I did was I started reading books on leadership, and I discovered that leadership has no, is this normal, what do you call it, societal mentality that a particular gender is tied to a particular thing. While growing up, they will tell you blue is for guys, pink is for girls.
Exactly.
I think it's a societal belief. They will tell you, you buy a boy child a blue shoe. You buy, it has nothing to do. I think it's our mentality, it's the state of our mind. I've always said it. When people say situations are bad, I say, what is the state of your mind? My state of mind makes me feel I can do it. It's not about the gender, because you are a man. And so what? What the difference between you and, I think the difference is not very much. You understand? Yes, who told you that a woman cannot be a leader? No. It was then when we didn't understand. Now, I picked it from the angle of, I understood it from the angle of building, human building capacity. If you build any human being, the human being can turn out to be anything. If you give any human being equal opportunity, they would turn out. When I came out, when I was contesting for Nobel's president, when I came out, there were 17 guys. They said, this girl, you don't come. We did it, we dug it. When they don't sleep in the night, I follow them. We don't sleep in the night. Well, that is, in fact, a lot of things have made me, maybe it's because I grew up in the midst of boys. I had 2 boys. It was when I grew to a particular stage that people start, they used to feel, they'll be calling me tomboy, and saying whatever, that they were subject to their opinions. So because the society made me to understand that I'm a tomboy, and I started thinking like a tomboy. And that is the result of where I am today. So I feel the society felt I'm a man. So why shouldn't I think like a man? So I started thinking like a man, and I started doing the impossible. My first talent, my first profession I learned was video coverage and photography.
Wow.
I was the first female to do it. Yes, I'm a professional photographer. That's what I do. I do photography and I snap. The jobs I learned, I have never learned how to make hair, how to fix nail, what I learned, my first, after photography, I went to learn satellite installation, DSTV installation. Then I did camera and so many other things.
That's interesting.
I had gone to learn electrical work. Yes, it's not about gender. Anybody can do it.
Definitely.
You understand? So it's coming from the human building capacity. I feel if every human being is given equal rights and equal opportunities, we can do the same. Wow. In my heart of hearts, after my excellence, that's my president, Conrad Shore, after he hands over and he comes back to middle belt, I'm coming out to contest for the president of Nigeria. Why not?
Whoa!
I can't do it. Yes, because by the time my leader finished from the West, we have to bring it down according to Nigerian zoning. So in my heart of hearts, I'm preparing myself to become the president of Nigeria.
Amen. That's good. I like that. Whoa, you're filled with fire. Let me play. I hope this plays. This is one of your campaign materials. I hope I can play it. Let me play it. Wow. I don't know why. Oh, it wasn't showing. It wasn't showing, and even my camera is not showing anymore. But it's okay. Let me try to bring it back again. I'm gonna try to bring it back again and see whether this time around it will play. Let me try to bring it. I'm gonna bring it back. This is one of. Hold on now. Okay. Well, thank God you're into cameras, so you know how these technical things can. Yes. So I got my camera back. Now let me share some of the things that I got from you. I know because of time, I didn't have time to collect more materials from you, but I'm sure this won't be the first time that you're going to come talk to us. I'm sure when next you come, we'll be able to get your campaign materials, and so that we can play them to people. I'm trying to get the one that you sent me. It's somewhere on WhatsApp. Let me try. Maybe I'll get it here. Okay. Let's see. Let's put it here. Okay. Let me try to play it again. All right, and then these are some other. Yes, these are some of the campaign materials that you guys are using. I'm gonna have the governorship candidates come and also speak to us. I'm hoping that then you may also be able to join him. Well, these are lovely pictures. This is you out there doing your campaign. I like this one. Very nice. Okay, we've had quite an interesting discussion. Let me go out of here. Okay, and let me bring you in. Add to stream. Okay, good. Wonderful. So before we go, I want you to talk to your constituency, because sometimes when we see somebody, speaking fluently, communicating in English, then we begin to suspect, maybe this one, we like say, Oyibo don't carry am, we don't know whether she's still a daughter of the soil. By the way, do you have any kids?
Yes.
Awesome. When you were talking about the motherhood, I'm like, okay, I think she understands what she's talking about. Yeah, yes. That's wonderful. So
it's one of the reasons why I picked, because I was a sort of molested, and I was abandoned at a tender age. I had my boy, which I'm so proud of, that it gives me so much joy. When it came initially, the whole world was looking at, the normal stigma, everything. Sure. I picked up my pieces, and I tell people when it happened, I used to feel it's a mistake, but I am a proud mom. Don't worry, I'll send the pictures of my son. My son is doing well, very well. He's in 400 level, final year in the Air Force University of Technology, and he's doing well. My son is a first-class student. He's reading economics in Air Force. University of Technology. So I'm proud and a potential.
Why do you talk about this? You are keeping this one from us. You see, I said these women, the fear women, you just keep us. You just keep the.
Normally our Nigerian mentality, when you have a child out of wedlock, they feel you should be crucified. No, it's beyond that. I think by the time you realize your mistakes and pick up your. That's why when it happened, I refused to be looked down by society, whatever they wanted to. I picked up and I told them I'm going to come out to be my best that I was supposed to be. And that is who I am today. I had to encourage myself and do a lot of things. And my dad stood by me. My mom was looking at them. She used to go to church. Church will think, and the church will not even tell you the truth. The church will not tell you the truth.
What you have a message there, and those are those vulnerable things about your life. It's almost like we're not even talking about politics now, but you see, those are areas that I think you need to speak more about, okay? Because you are connecting. You don't know, you're connecting with a lot of people, because there are those issues that people don't want to talk about, those things that have kept people from achieving their ultimate capacities in life. Those are the things that people want to hear about. So I just want to encourage you. You might not know it. Your strength.
Let me just cut you. When it happened, I had another experience. Yes, I have 6 children that had a similar line, told my similar line, and I encouraged them. I told them, young lady, you can still make it. They said, when I was in church, they used to call me Mama Yara. I love children. I love children. So when it happened, I said, don't worry, have the child and give back to me. The other one, because they lost the mom, the stepmom and everything, they sent her. I picked this lady. I took her to George. When I got her to the hospital, there was a woman, Mrs. What's her name, of blessed memory. She said, wow, at your age, you can do this. She picked this lady she was the one paying the bills. She said she saw the compassion in me. I said, I passed through this process. I'm telling you. But today the story is not the same, because I refuse to be on the ground, because it happened to me. But experience, they said, is the best teacher. So because I have the experience, I still encourage them. I say, see, it happened like this, and this is what happened. But this is where I am today. When people see me, a lot of them don't know my story. I say, if I tell you my story, you will cry. But I refuse to be a subject of pity. People pity. I say, no. I refuse to be a subject of pity. So when I picked up, I said, okay, I think I can be a better person. I can impact my society with my story. You understand?
Sure,
My story will be an encouragement to somebody else.
Yes.
So I think that's why I picked the issue of pro-life. I was telling you that's why I'm so compassionate when it comes to gender. And when I discovered that anybody can do it, it's just about building the person and giving the person the required support the person needs, and the person is done.
You know, Vera, I'm so proud of you. I feel you're the kind of person that the society needs. You bring so much to the table. You're not just, like, you're not just an ordinary person. You have so much to give out. You have a lot of story to give. I can connect with a lot of your stories. Honestly, I can connect with you in so many ways already. Honestly, you're from Benue State. I know Benue State. You're into photography, videography. My wife does videography, photography. So, my parents were separated at a time, so I was brought up by a single parent. So I know, I can feel you, and I'm encouraged that you have chosen to contest under the African Action Congress. I'm so glad that we have people like you. We're going to keep showcasing you. I hope that that you have a smooth campaign, and that we'll be coming to Benue State. I'll fly down to Benue State to come and commission on the day you guys will be swearing in.
As I earlier said, silver and gold we have not. So anybody on this platform, if you feel we have the right message, I earlier said we are transformation agents. We don't have the money. We've never stolen any money from government. But we feel if we bring the right message to the people, all we are calling on is your support. We need your support. It can come in any way.
I was going to come to that, Vera. That was going to be my next thing. But before we go, I want you to look in the camera and speak to thief people who are your constituency in the language that they understand. And also, all this time I've been talking about thief, but Benue is not just made of thief people. Please forgive me. It's just I'm so biased because I grew up in Boko. I know there's Jukum is under thief, right? Jukum.
Partially, but it's from Jukuma, from Taraba State. It's a Tulo we have in thief. Is a Tulo.
A Tulo, and you have a Doma. And you have a
we
Doma,
have a
Doma too.
That's from Benue South.
Exactly. So please talk to your people in your language so that they'll know you're authentic, and they will come to talk about how to support you. So go ahead.
Okay. So Tonya no suntia yam thief chi. Mo ngu wanu thief, ngu malu thief, imalim hi thief, mvesi hi thief, mzamakanta hi thief, mu wanu wa yatutu. Ayatutu ka no kase. Mvesi hita thief, nenge ka zayo hi thief, shim filme. Alu se thief semba dwamon, she si va together. Si va dwamon. Cha yesiki yoye ka temi ngumba bravi fe yoye. Mombu kuna mu wanwe ni hi thief. Mu wanwe ni hamba gbara mu wanwe kasu wumbu. Haiki ayem shamba gbara shamba ike. Na ham ka na veneme. Kwa nene kation ni tindi pashimidza. Pati wagba hingondo pati ma vave se kwa mo pati ma pava pasiga. Na hamu yira hawa ngbane ya. Ba no suma ba kase. Ne va loho ne do ne me va loho ne do ne ya. Ni duwe na ha never support mo. Ni tire mkuji machine suwen because mfame beme ko mva mi ne ka ko boga. Shi mfame ka nejeru ni kolon tioto mke birijine. Na ha mgu zambule vene mene lumo ya. Ni duwe na ha never suwen. Sha me kwane mudzamuda kure ya msunechi. So I can't hear you.
Okay, sorry, I said Nsuneshi. Nsune Kashami. All right. So we have a caller on the line, and go ahead, caller, tell us your name, where you're calling from, and talk to our guest.
Yeah. Hello, Dr. Chidi, and hello, my great woman. My name is Omori Felix, and I'm calling from Italy, from Milan precisely.
Yes.
All right. I want to celebrate her. I want to celebrate this great woman. For being brave and coming out under a very wonderful party. One of the best party. I think the best party in Nigeria as we speak now. My question to her is that how are the women? Seeing one of them coming out bold. How are the women being supportive and encouraging in this her drive? And another one again, what are they putting in place for the less privileged in Benue? When it comes into the government, like taking care of the disabled and the old people that does not have anyone to care to, that is caring for them, and less privileged. Let's put them to in summary. That's just what I want to add.
All right, thank you very much. I know that she already spoke about it, about people with disability and all of that. But yes, Comrade Vera, quickly, she said, what are you putting in place for people who are with disability and people who are, destitute or something like that?
Okay, thank you very much. You have to equip the people, as I earlier said. Then I know it's our government's policy deliberately to make people poor. You understand? Because they don't bring the right information to them. They don't give them the right access to what they are supposed to have to be better people. So what we are going to do is, I said, yes, we are going to collaborate with, we have a lot of foreign investors that are ready to invest, are ready to bring in skills, not just bringing in the skills. They are ready to bring in the skills, train you and equip you. So I think if we come into governance, these are the things we should be agitating for. We should not know you in it. I think, Felix, you said you were calling from Italy or something.
Yes.
If you be in Italy, I ask you, Mr. Felix, please, what opportunities do you have there that we can access to help our people to be better people? You understand? So I think it all boils down to collaboration and knowing what to do with the right relationship. By the time you are there, you have an opportunity, open up to us, and we click to it. I think it will go a long way. So we might not have all it takes, but with you guys out there, with your support and your collaboration, and you see that we have the right message, and you've seen that the resources you placed into our hands are not wrongly used, I think you will not have hesitations when it comes to helping. You understand? So it all boils down to what we have: the ideologies, we have the plans, we have the goals. We have set the goals. It's just to focus on the goals and then the right attitude to it, and we are there.
Good. I also want to let people understand that they are running under the African Action Congress, and we have everybody's agenda in every state. Every candidate's agenda is an offshoot of the main manifesto of the African Action Congress, and you can see our manifesto on our website, aacparty.org. Okay. Now, Vera, I know you work hard. I know you're a graduate. You're a big woman, and you can take care of yourself. But politics is still politics. I always say that you have to separate politics from your personal. We are not the people that fund what we do from our personal purse. Yes, you put in something from your purse, like every other person. It's a collective thing. So we are working for the public. We are agitating for the public. When we are activists, we are doing that on behalf of the people. So we don't have a war chest. We don't have money that we kept somewhere. We put in whatever money we have, and then we get support from other people. That is how AAC has always existed. So so I know it's not even by asking you, do you need support? I know you need support, you need financial support. So the question I'm going to be asking you is, how do people support your campaign? Do you guys have do you have a bank account that people can donate money to, or what means can people support you? Or do they print your poster, make a flyer for you, make a billboard, make a jingle? That's what I want you to talk to now. How can people support your campaign?
Okay, thank you very much. That's a very good one. Now, as I earlier said, we have the manifesto. Is it about the manifesto? It's about conviction. If I come and I meet you and I tell you my ideologies, my manifesto, and you agree with me, even the Bible says, can two work together except they agree? By the time you agree with me and you've seen, now let me tell you, it's only people that have foresight that see the plans and the dreams of AAC for Nigeria. If you have foresight, you have vision, you see that the African Action Congress has a very big dream for Nigeria, a dream of transformation. Until I tell you, you understand and you agree, why not? You can support the cause. You cannot just, I can't just wake up and start telling people to support a cause they don't understand. That is the problem we are having. How will you fall into a project you don't understand? It has to do with you understanding. What message do these people have? Do these people have the right message? It's left to you and your conscience. But we have an account number, which will, where is my national secretary? But I will share it with you so that we can share it. Anyone that is interested to help us and support us, why not? As I rightly said earlier, we didn't steal any money from any government. We are using just the resources we had to do it at our own level. And I think politics is about strategy. When you understand your grassroots and you strategize very well, you understand that is just what you're talking about. So please, we are going to create. We have a platform that we are. I think we'll send it later for anybody that is willing and wants to support us to support us.
Okay, what's going to happen is you send it to me. I'll pin it up on our YouTube and on our Facebook so that everybody who comes across this video will be able to see where they can support you. On that note, Your Excellency, the incoming Deputy Governor of Benue State, Comrade Akase VERA, it's been a pleasure to have you on our platform, and we're really inspired by your passion, and we're encouraged. I mean, on behalf of women, I can say they're encouraged to see that one of them is vying for this position and is confident in what she is doing. She's sure of herself. She's not letting herself be a pushover, and she knows what she wants. So thank you so much once more for coming, and we'll see you on the other side of things when you are in the government house. But not when we come there now to see you. You come and say, go and fill form, come 2 days. Remember me now, write my name.
Thank you very much. We pray that the good Lord will keep us. It all has to do with changing our attitude. Let's have the right attitude towards what we do. Sure. Gone are the days we used to say. Yes, because we have said a lot of things, and most of the promises politicians come to make too. I tell people that there's a difference between politicking. You understand? Politicking and politics. They are two different things.
Sure.
Some people come into politics because of what they want to gain, while some people come into politics with the passion. Sure. When they see the passion they have for their state, the love they have for the state. I don't see any reason why. Benue is not different from any other state. So why should you go to Ebonyi? You see traffic lights everywhere. You see people having a lot of beautiful scholarship. You see people enjoying a lot of facilities, infrastructures everywhere. And then you come to Benue and it's different. Is it not the same allocation we get? So what happens to our own? Sure. That is the big question we need to answer.
Sure, sure.
The question is, what is it that we don't? Yes, if we're not having the allocations, let's come out as a state and cry out to the whole world. Please, oh, come and help us. This is what is happening to us. We are not having the allocations, but we are having the allocations. What is happening to it? Because other states too have, and we are seeing development. Look at Nasarawa State just by the corner here. Sometimes you pass Nasarawa, you get to Benue. I remember one of my colleagues, he was traveling with his people. When they got to Benue, they now asked him whether he's from Benue. He said, no, he's from Kaduna State. He is not from Benue. So it gets to a point sometimes. But me, I tell people, the change begins with me. It has to start with me. If I have the right mentality and I have the right passion, the right message, the right attitude, that is the beginning. And then before you know, the sky will be our start. Benue can also be transformed to any other state. Benue can be transformed to California. Benue can be transformed to mention all the beautiful states in the world.
Sure.
You can still transform Benue to any other thing you want it to be. If you have the right attitude, you have the right mindset, you have the passion. It has to do with the passion. And that is the passion we are coming out with.
Thank you.
When you see people siphoning funds and see, I say, how many food you want chop? How many cars will you ride at a time? How many beds will you sleep on at a time? For crying out loud.
Wow.
So it's not greed and selfish interest, and they acquire wealth they don't need. You just needed to see what happened in Nigeria when Nigeria said they want to change dollar, when they want to change currency, they want to change naira. Come and see the what is meant for people that they are supposed to use. You see people dying, and you don't know that a lot of destinies are tied to these resources. You steal and go and keep for your unborn children. And most of all these people that steal our money and fly them, and you see that their children come back and they are so useless.
Anyway, Vera, thank you so much.
God will have mercy on us.
Thank you very, very much. Okay.
Thank you.
I wish you successful campaigning. All right.
Thank you.
Zakwe.
Zakwe, bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Okay. All right, guys. So that's been the deputy governorship candidate of AAC for Benue State, Comrade Vera Akase, spending time with us to generally just know who she is, understand her background, understand what is driving her, why she is so passionate about what she wants to do. And I think after this interaction with her, I'm very convinced that this is the kind of person that is not just ready to run as deputy governor of Benue State, but is equally ready to run for the office of the president of Nigeria. And she already told us to watch out for her. Now, this is just one of the candidates that we have running in the African Action Congress, who is a female. We're going to be bringing the other ones on our channel as the campaign progresses. Also, remember, I'm going to have an account number put up so that those of you who want to support what they're doing can support her. But she has told us it's not just about asking you for money, but she wants you to come close and hear what plans they have for the people of Benue State. And after you've heard her and you feel convinced, then you can support her in any way that you can. All right, remember that we're talking about the African Action Congress, and just go out there. If you're in Nigeria, make sure you have your PVC and get ready to vote for the right party with the right plans for Nigeria. On behalf of Dr. Erica, on behalf of every member of the African Action Congress, the Revolution Now movement, and the Take It Back movement, and on behalf of our presidential candidate, Omoyele Sowore, I want to thank you for listening to us, and please see you guys next time. Bye-bye.